Hi, welcome to a brief tutorial on primary sources. Anytime you start a research project, there are three different types of sources that you'll be looking at: primary, secondary, and tertiary. For our purposes today, we're going to be focusing on primary sources, and that can include artifacts, clothing, furniture, musical instruments, diaries, interviews, emails, letters, photographs, video and audio recordings, newspaper articles, and government documents. To find primary source material, we're going to start at the home page for the Marriott Library. We're going to search the catalog, and for our search, we're going to be focusing on the occupation of Wounded Knee in 1973. So in the search box, we're going to just type in Wounded Knee and 1973 and go. And the nice thing about this search, at the very top, right away we notice that there's a personal account, which is going to be a primary source. And this is from Stanley David Lyman, who was a Bureau of Indian Affairs superintendent at the Pine Ridge Reservation in 1973. So it's the chronicle of his perspective of what happened during the occupation. As we go a little bit further down in the search results, we find a second primary source, which is Voices from Wounded Knee 1973 in the words of the participants. This is another great source. It involves interviews from individuals who participated in the occupation. So both of those are a great start to finding primary sources. Our next search for primary source material is going to take us to the article databases from the Marriott homepage. From there, we're going to click on P and then scroll about midway down for ProQuest Congressional Publications. If you remember, government documents are a great material for primary sources. So we're going to type in Wounded Knee and 1973 and search. And it returns one result. The nice thing about this is that the result is a committee hearing on the occupation of Wounded Knee. The hearing took place on June 16, 1973. So it's taking place within months of the historical event. The other nice aspect is that it includes testimony from some of the participants in the occupation. So this is going to be a great primary source material. Our next search for primary source material is going to take us again to the article database from the library homepage. We're going to go to N, and just towards the middle, we're going to be going to the New York Times historical newspaper. Now, this is an instance where the newspaper articles written at the time of the event are considered primary source material. If you were looking at an article that was written in 2013 on Wounded Knee, that would not be a primary source. That would be a secondary source. So to search for primary source news articles, we're going to click on Advance. We're going to type in Wounded Knee, and then we're going to include the Boolean operator of AND occupation. Now this next step is probably the most important. We're going to go down to the date range, and we're going to go to after this date. And since the occupation of Wounded Knee took place in 1973, we want all articles after 1972. So we're going to click Search. And then the next thing that we're going to want to make sure is, under this Sort Results By, the publication date is oldest first. So as you can see, the first article that's up here is from March 1973, and then they just go down. And the nice thing about this is that it'll give you a chronological breakdown as events happen. So you can see that U.S. and Indians reached ceasefire, and then the next article, which is from March 9th, just states that the U.S. stands firm on the Indian dispute, and so you can go down and basically watch the events unfold via these historical newspaper articles. Remember, if you have any problems or have questions in your research, always make sure and ask for a librarian. The easiest way from the Marriott's homepage is the Get Help tab. From there, you can send an email to a librarian or even chat live online to get instantaneous help. Good luck, and let us know if you have any questions.